Multi-victim traffic collision.
Next Monday.
What's going on?
He looks like a heart attack.
She's 16 years old.
One mistake
What did you do?
will start a chain of events no one can stop.
You are under arrest.
You lied about ending a relationship.
What if I'm not good enough?
She's hemorrhaging.
You did this to her. We're gonna help you. Give me the gun.
The Night Shift. New next Monday, 10/9 Central here on NBC.
On The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, Ryan Reynolds drops by.
Live, local, from WPTV, this is News Channel 5 at 11. Local coverage you can count on.
Good evening, I'm Kelly Dunn.
And I'm Jay Cashmere. Michael Williams has the evening off. Hundreds of students in Palm Beach County will not take the new Florida Standards Assessment test tomorrow.
The school district says a glitch in the computer system caused problems statewide. Some parents say that's a good thing. News Channel 5's Megan McRoberts has more on their push to end standardized testing. Megan?
Well, Jay and Kelly, one mother of a second grader tells me she doesn't want her daughter to ever have to take that new test when she gets into third grade. That's when students begin taking the Florida Standards Assessment. But she says today's problems might actually help fuel her argument that students should be taught just by their teachers and not by the state. With a growing argument that Florida students are being over-tested.
I feel like I'm struggling a lot. And it feels harsh that I have to take that test.
Twitter, opt-out PDC. 7-year-old Janaya and her mother Amy Ackerman are calling glitches in the computerized test today good news.
They're stressed. You hear of these kids who are sick to their stomach going to school because they're just overwhelmed.
The school district delaying the test until login problems with the new computer system can be resolved. Ackerman says the test delay buys time for other parents to learn how to opt out of the test altogether. She created the group Opt Out Palm Beach County on Facebook.
So I opened up Opt Out Palm Beach County, wanting a place where people can come and find answers and really have support of the community in choosing to refuse this test.
Wanting to build more support against high-stakes testing.
The state wants us to do these tests, and so we'll continue to do them as long as the state requires it.
District spokesperson Kathy Burstein says the tests will be rescheduled sometime during a 2-week window for 8th through 10th graders.
The students are affected, obviously. They're prepared to take the test tomorrow, and they're going to have to reschedule. The schools are affected as well because they're going to have to find time that works in their schedules to reschedule the test.
The school board has spoken out against high-stakes testing in the past. Several other districts across the state also had testing problems today, including up in St. Lucie County. But a district spokesperson there says they will not have any testing delays in St. Lucie County. And as far as the latest updates tonight, we're not sure when Palm Beach County's testing will be rescheduled. Reporting live, Megan McRoberts, WPTV News Channel 5.
Right now, we are working to learn the identities of 2 people killed in a plane crash in Palm Beach County. The wreckage so mangled and burned that crews are having a hard time figuring out where it took off from. We know 2 people were on board when it went down near the Loxahatchee Wildlife Refuge. Investigators plan to be back on scene tomorrow morning, and no word on what may have caused the plane to go down. And be sure to download our WPTV app. As we get new details, we'll certainly send out alerts, and we'll also have updates on WPTV.com.
Now, Storm Team 5 with South Florida's most accurate weather forecast.
Well, an interesting start to the week. Sunshine today, temperatures into the mid-80s. I would like to say clear sky, but there is so much extensive fog developing on the Treasure Coast, and it'll move into Palm Beach County overnight. It is going to be a huge issue tomorrow morning. Current temperatures are a mix of 60s and low 70s, cooling off a couple more degrees, but not very much. The hour-by-hour forecast into the morning, you'll need your patience because it is going to be a tricky drive up and down through 95 and the Turnpike. The fog eventually lifts, but it looks like it'll be 10 or 11 before that happens. I'll have your complete week's forecast coming up.
We are also following developing news here in the feed room out of Philadelphia. Firefighters finally have control of a massive fire at a sheet metal plant. There was a report of an explosion, and the fire went to 4 alarms. Look at the flames here. The building was evacuated, and there are no reports of any injuries, fortunately. This plant is located next to the Pennsylvania Turnpike, and traffic on the highway was backed up in all directions as a result. Still no word what caused this fire.
Police credit neighbors with bringing down a marijuana grow house in Vero Beach. They say the operation had the potential to bring in $1 million every year. News Channel 5's Elizabeth Harrington is live tonight in Vero Beach with our story. Elizabeth?
Neighbors say the men moved here about 2 months ago, but it turns out they didn't rent this house to live in. Police say they filled it with marijuana plants. The Indian River County Sheriff's Office released these pictures taken inside the house. It shows 70 marijuana plants. Detectives say the annual street value of a crop this big is about $1 million.
They rolled up probably like 60 miles an hour.
Christina Wachowski lives across the street on 4th Lane. She saw what happened.
Knocked on the door and then they broke the door down.
Detectives arrested Joshua Roberts and Austin Caripio. They were booked on several drug charges. Now the plants are gone, the house is a mess, and neighbors are surprised.
You don't think that it's going to be on your street.
The sheriff's office says neighbors tipped off investigators. We spoke with several residents. They say after the two men moved in, there were more cars on their small street and more foot traffic.
There was a gentleman we had never seen before walk down the street.
We spoke to some friends of the man who actually owns the house. They say he had no idea that the renters were planning to grow marijuana inside. They also say there's a lot of damage. It's going to take a lot of work to repair this house. Live here in Vero Beach, Elizabeth Harrington, WPTV News Channel 5.
New at 11, a South Florida officer reportedly caught on camera getting an illegal massage at a local spa. We're told the officer from the Coconut Creek Police Department was busted during an undercover sting operation at the Oasian Wellness Spa in Boca Raton. Detectives put video cameras up this summer after 3 workers were arrested for prostitution there. That officer has been fired.
Also new at 11, West Palm Beach city leaders voted to approve the planned condominium at the Chapel by the Lake site. In December, judges ordered developers of the luxury condo, the Bristol, to return for reapproval. That was because the city violated its own standards when it came to the zoning process. The lawsuit by Citizens for Thoughtful Growth, which led to the revote, is still pending. New details tonight on the effort to remove a sunken barge from the Fort Pierce Inlet. A salvage barge is expected to arrive Wednesday to start removing the barge that sank last week. Officials are not sure how long that removal process will take. The U.S. Coast Guard anticipates closing the inlet in its entirety to boat traffic while wreckage removal efforts are underway.
A live look now at the Capitol just hours before Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu goes before the U.S. Congress. President Obama is insisting his disagreement with him is not personal. And the president is setting new markers for negotiations over Iran's nuclear program.
If they do agree to it, it would be far more effective in controlling their nuclear program than any military action we could take, any military action Israel could take, and far more effective than sanctions.
Tomorrow, Netanyahu will address Congress. He is expected to lay out what he knows about the Iranian nuclear agreement and any warnings about the dangers to Israel, America, and the world if the deal goes forward. Also developing news out of Iraq. Iraqi forces have begun pushing back against ISIS militants with a new offensive aimed at retaking the city of Tikrit. This is considered a major test for the Iraqi security forces. And Australia's Prime Minister just announced it is sending more troops to Iran to help train Iraqi security forces. All this comes as Twitter investigates threats made against its employees by people claiming to have ties with ISIS. New pictures tonight released by the Cuban government show Fidel Castro meeting with 5 Cuban agents who were imprisoned in the United States. The gatherings took place Saturday in Castro's home. The 5 men were released in December in exchange for Cuban-released long-held American Alan Gross.
Also developing tonight, former U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton may have violated federal records laws. The New York Times is reporting that Clinton used a personal email account for all of her work messages. The Times said most experts believe that private email accounts should only be used for official government business in an emergency. In less than 12 hours, Florida lawmakers will take up several hot-button issues. Tomorrow, the legislative session begins, and some of the big issues include passing a roughly $77 billion state budget. Lawmakers will also consider revamping the state's gambling laws and consider allowing resort casinos in South Florida. Lawmakers will likely consider ways to scale back the focus of standardized testing.
WPTV News Channel 5 is back in 60 seconds. Caught on video. See what happened inside a restaurant moments after a boat crashed through it.
Plus, new concerns about just how safe you are in the sky. A new report raising serious security questions about air traffic control.
And despite the massive amounts of snowfall much of the country is dealing with, a family in New Jersey hopes it sticks around for a while. See why.
Hey guys, I'm singing duets with Kelly Clarkson. Plus, we got Ryan Reynolds, Terrence Howard. It's a fun show. You gotta watch Ron next.
Hi, Mark Schiller here to announce the opening of our newest location in Boynton Beach, with grand opening savings of 10 to 20% below competitor prices on everything you need to sleep. The grand opening sale is on now, only at City Mattress.
Life in the Palm Beaches is moving faster than ever. It's be here, do this. Did you see that? How do you stay one step ahead? Introducing the all-new PalmBeachPost.com. Totally redesigned and completely reimagined. A new way to connect you to what's happening in the Palm Beaches right now. The latest news and what everyone's talking about. Visit the new PalmBeachPost.com today. Local news now.
Have you been injured by the misdiagnosis of a doctor or the negligence of a hospital? Call Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath at 1-800-4RIGHTS.
Closed captioning on WPTV is sponsored by Bethesda Health.
New at 11, a woman in jail for leading investigators on a chase that reached speeds of 120 miles per hour in 2 counties. Deputies in Indian River County released video of them using stop sticks, a device used to damage tires on cars as the pickup sped past the Sebastian Fellsmere exit. The suspect was from Melbourne and is now being questioned about a homicide. Her father was found dead this past weekend. Also caught on video the moment a boat crashed into a restaurant in Ruskin. 7 people were on board the 39-foot boat when it crashed into the Sunset Grill in heavy fog a week ago today. This is video from one of the 2 cameras inside the restaurant. No one was seriously hurt. The search is on tonight for the 3 men who stole millions of dollars worth of gold and silver. They were able to take the bars while they were being transported in a semi. The shipment originated out of Miami and was heading to Massachusetts, but the truck had to pull over in North Carolina because of mechanical problems. That's when the men grabbed the gold and silver, estimated to be worth $4 million.
Los Angeles police promised a thorough investigation into the shooting death of a homeless man on Skid Row. Today, the police chief talked about the shooting, saying it could have been avoided if the man had not reached for an officer's gun. Today, the police chief presented screen grabs from the video believed to show the suspect's hand on an officer's gun.
This is an awful tragedy, but the officers took, on the face of it, reasonable steps to avoid it.
The next step will be to review all the footage of the incident, including body cameras that were on at least one of the responding officers.
To a consumer alert now, especially if you use Apple Pay. According to The Guardian newspaper in Britain, crooks are loading stolen banking information on new iPhones and then using Apple Pay to buy high-priced items. Banks are supposed to verify that all cards that are loaded onto Apple Pay, Apple stores in particular, are being targeted. A new report says the Federal Aviation Administration is vulnerable to attacks by hackers. The Government Accountability Office released a document outlining problems with cybersecurity on the part of the FAA. The report says the agency does not have sufficient controls on computer access and user authentication. These shortcomings, as the report calls them, could put national airspace systems at risk.
New at 11, a controversial project in Martin County may not happen because of a lack of funding. According to our news gathering partners at the TC Palm, the more than $1 million dedicated to building a U.S. Customs facility at Witham Field may not be enough. There have been 5 bids for the project, but Martin County is still $300,000 short. Supporters of the project say it will help local businesses and make international travel more convenient. Environmentalists hope a new report released today will convince the state to buy land south of Lake Okeechobee to reduce freshwater discharges into the Indian River Lagoon. The report was put out by the University of Florida's Water Institute. It said the state needs to look at the option of buying 46,000 acres of land south of Lake Okeechobee for water storage. The option to buy the land is expected to expire soon.
Tonight, we're learning new details about what the treatment of Ebola was like. 2 of the survivors are now suffering after effects. Nina Pham and Nancy Wright Bowles say they were dealing with body aches, insomnia, and joint pain. Pham is one of the nurses who treated an Ebola patient in Dallas, Texas, and then became infected herself. She's now filing a lawsuit suing the parent company of Texas Health Presbyterian Hospital. Pham alleges her privacy was violated and that the hospital left its staff ill-prepared to treat the deadly virus.
While this next story may have you believing in karma, in Ireland, a man was trying to break into cars by smashing windows with a brick. But instead of breaking the window, the brick bounced off of it and hit the man in the face. Watch it happen right here. It ended up knocking the man out cold. The car owner actually found the man on the ground and called police. He was later arrested. Well, the presidential portrait of former President Bill Clinton getting a lot of attention tonight, nearly 10 years after it was made public. The painter admitted that the portrait includes a shadow on the mantle just to Clinton's left that represents Monica Lewinsky's famous blue dress. The painter says it's a metaphor for, quote, a shadow on the office he held. The Clintons have not commented. Powering up professional race cars with the power of the sun. It is happening in our area at Florida Power and Light Solar Energy Center in Martin County. These mirrors are providing the juice for this Formula E race car owned by the world-renowned Andretti racing team. This car, which can reach a top speed of 150 miles an hour, will take part in a fully electric race in Miami later this month.
One of the critiques is, well, you can't take a race downtown because it's too noisy and things like that. But, you know, that problem's been solved here.
This is about supporting innovative technology and also supporting the state on another event that's going to end up putting, you know, it on the map.
The company is also partnering with local schools like Inlet Grove High School, where students will have the chance to build and race their own electric cars on the same track as those professionals.
Right now, much of the country is getting ready to deal with another winter storm. The massive front is moving slowly across the United States. The southern Rockies could get 1 to 2 feet of snow overnight. Snow is expected to continue moving east tomorrow, dumping more snow in New York City and Boston. Not everyone's ready for winter to be over, though. Look what this dad did. A father in New Jersey turned his snow and ice-covered lawn into an Olympic-style luge track for his children. It took him several weeks to create this 55-foot track. He watered it every day for a month to get it nice and icy.
Now, Storm Team 5 with South Florida's most accurate weather forecast.
Fun in the wintertime. Well, here in South Florida, it's been beautiful beach weather the last 2 days, and we're on a great stretch. This week also looks beautiful, but there will be some issues, and overnight it's the fog that's already lingering on the Treasure Coast. Temperatures, you can see a mix of 60s and 70s, coming down a couple more degrees, but not very much, and that fog is still popping up out there, so keep that in mind. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast into the morning hours. We have some sunshine once the fog lifts, which will be about 9 to 10 a.m. It will be a tricky commute tomorrow morning. Of course, Glenn and Lisa will be back with the latest in the morning, but it is going to be interesting, to say the least. It'll be one of the foggiest mornings that we've seen in quite a while. By the afternoon, it burns off, and we're looking at sunshine and temperatures warming up into the low low 80s. Here's our fogcaster, and you can see that fog all the way back almost to the coastline. And don't be surprised if you see patchy fog even along coastal Palm Beach County, definitely around the lake, definitely on the Treasure Coast. And then as it lifts quickly by about 10 and 11 in the morning, completely gone. Overnight lows, well, we're looking at a mix of 60s and 70s. Palm Beach County, the Treasure Coast not far behind, mid to high 60s and Pleasant. And back around the lake, we're also looking at another nice night, pretty mild actually for this time of year, so enjoy. So the wind comes in off the water, chance for a stray shower, but really nice right through Wednesday and Thursday. A front takes a run into South Florida later this week, and that's our next big change in the weather. We hit 85 for a daytime high on Thursday. Friday and Saturday we're down to 80, and better rain chances headed our way for the second half of the week. Also, this coming weekend, clocks ahead 1 hour. Saturday night, early Sunday morning, don't forget that. Time change weekend coming up pretty quickly, it seems, this year. Okay, wave heights, about 4 feet now. Temperatures are nice tomorrow, but keep in mind, boaters that and beachgoers, if you're out early enough, morning fog will be around. Seas 2 to 4 and a light chop for the inland waters. Overnight forecast, 71, partly cloudy, extensive fog around already in place on the Treasure Coast, and it'll form across Palm Beach County through the late overnight. 82 tomorrow, morning fog. This won't be the warmest day of the week, though. We continue to climb as we get into Wednesday, 83. 85 on Thursday, and showers beginning to pop up Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Doesn't look like rain out, but we will definitely see a little bit of rainfall for the weekend, and temperatures a little bit cooler too. Pretty warm week. We really should be running about 78 for a daytime high. We're way above that into the weekend.
Steve, thanks. Well, you have probably seen the video, but tonight, what this skydiver is saying about his scare in the air.
Plus, a heartbreaking defeat at the Honda Classic, what it means for Jupiter's Daniel Berger.
Termites never stop eating. Just call Hewlett. Termites cost Florida homeowners over $500 million a year. Damage is not covered by homeowners insurance. Even concrete homes aren't safe from termite damage. Just call Hewlett for a free inspection today. Time to redecorate?
Yep. Just call Hewlett.
Just call Hewlett. I already feel like we're the most connected, but I think the solo date will seal the deal.
Sure, I offer multi-car, safe driver, and so many other discounts that people think I'm a big deal. And boy, are they right. Ladies, I can share hundreds in savings with all of you. Just visit Progressive.com today. But right now, it's choosing time. Ooh, we have a winner.
What? Pick one of us. This is a joke, right? That's what the point of us being here is.
It's tough to be a chef. Gordon Food Service store is extremely reliable when it comes to bringing me the quality products that I need. You know, the food you get in the Gordon Food Service store, not only is it a good value, but it's absolutely delicious. I just love going in there and just people saying hi when you're going down the aisles. It takes the stress off of you walking in there, you know. It's great for feeding your family. You're having any kind of get together. It's awesome, man. Anyone can shop at Gordon Food Service store. Everyone should.
Gonna wash the dust off my soul. Gonna listen to some rock and roll. No cares, come what may. I'm making a beautiful day.
You're only young once, unless you have a Subaru. The Subaru XV Crosstrek. Symmetrical all-wheel drive plus 34 mpg. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Everyone builds dream houses. But when you dream, you close your eyes. That's why you need a guide. To see if it's too close to the train. To line up a good school. And remind you of the cost of a pool. With a RE/MAX agent, you will see how much better than a dream home the right home can be. RE/MAX. Dream with your eyes open.
It's a video that has a lot of people talking. A skydiver plunging to the ground, unable to pull the cord and open his parachute because he suffered a seizure in mid-air. He's epileptic. He said he hadn't had one in a long time. Tonight, the skydiver is thanking the instructor who just plunged toward him and was able to pull his cord when he couldn't. Skydiver did regain consciousness before he landed safely. And the instructor says he was just doing his job.
Time now for the Honda Sports Desk with ESPN 106.3 on WPTV News Channel 5.
There was a guardian angel flying with those two that day.
Seriously, exactly.
Yeah,
Did you notice that?
crazy.
I know, right?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah. And
Happy to hear he's all right, though.
He hadn't had a seizure in like a long time, and then all of a sudden he jumps out of a plane, and there you go.
Wild story and a wild finish today at the Honda Classic.
Yeah, you got it, man. Finally, right? I thought we were going to be at a Tuesday finish there for a while, but yeah, today, a lot of drama coming down the stretch, guys. A lot of people waking up with a case of the Mondays at PGA National, closing out the Honda Classic in 5 days. Not ideal, but that sprint to the finish we witnessed today, we'll take it all day, a jam-packed leaderboard to begin the round. It includes Jupiter's Daniel Berger, the former Dwyer Panther. Unbelievable. He erases a 9-stroke deficit, shoots a 64 in the final round. YGD, you go, Daniel. He's in the clubhouse with a 1-stroke lead until 43-year-old Padraig Harrington drains this on his final hole of the day. To a playoff we go. It's a battle of the ageless. Both would par the 18th, and on the par 3 17th, here's the 3-time major winner. He buckles down, tossing darts within 4 feet. That's swag money. Berger calls that shot a dagger in the heart. 21-year-old who was guaranteed the best finish of his young career, he finds the water on his tee shot. Disappointing end to his day. From there, the Irishman, who was ranked 297th in the world, 2 putts for par. He's back in the winner's circle for the first time since '08.
It feels awesome. Obviously, I have been struggling a bit with my game, and to come out and win is big time. You know, I know this brings a lot more things to my game, but the most important thing about this is I won today, and I'm going to enjoy it.
I mean, nothing really bothers me more than losing in general. So, you know, I'm a fiery person, and I just got to sit down and figure out what I got to get better at so that this doesn't happen next time.
Top of the leaderboard, not too shabby. Harrington becomes the oldest winner in Honda Classic history. He takes home the trophy also back in 2005 when Daniel Berger, he was 10 years old. That trio tied at 3 includes Russell Knox, who lost in the 4-man playoff here last year. Just outside the top 5, you're going to find this man, Jim Herman, the Palm City resident, breaking into this week's field as an alternate on Monday after another player withdrew. Herminator taking full advantage of the opportunity, finishing tied for 7th place.
Yeah, I've been trying to get in this tournament ever since, you know, I moved to Florida. You know, 2001, I started playing the Monday qualifier. Never got through, and tried to get some sponsors exemptions, couldn't get those, but pretty excited to finish it off.
So a career best finish also for Mr. Herman there, who led after the first round. He was 5 under par. A lot of people excited about that. A lot of people excited still with what Berger was able to do today. I know technically it's a loss, but come on, what the kid did, coming from 9 strokes back in the final round, that's unreal, man. Couldn't write a better script.
Great to see all these guys. It's their backyard course anyway, right in here.
Yeah, a lot of them kind of familiar with PGA National and the Champion course, but still, it's a difficult course. You saw the way it just tore up some of the world's best over the past 5 days.
Bear Strap's tough terrain.
Yes, it is,
All right.
man.
Emerson, thank you. We'll be right back.
Listen to ESPN 106.3 FM. Mike and Mike start your morning, and Evan Cohen on the ride home.
At HomeGoods, finding stylish storage at unbelievable prices is just the beginning.
So you're telling me that for only $1 down and $10 a month, there's no big commitment, I can shower in a clean locker room, and no one would judge me ever? And it's only $1 down and $10 a month?
Yep. All that for $1 down and $10 a month.
Zickety-doo and puppy macaroon!
Exactly.
This month only, join Planet Fitness for $1 down and $10 a month. We're not a gym, we're Planet Fitness.
Celebrate the grand opening of Delray Beach by joining any area Planet Fitness for $1 down now through March 12th.
Mercedes-Benz of Palm Beach, where hospitality and friendly service is a family tradition. Mercedes-Benz of Palm Beach.
Hit the high seas for the perfect Broadway getaway. The Tony Award-winning Anything Goes. Featuring a songbook of Cole Porter's biggest hits and memorable melodies you know and love.
At the Kravis Center, March 10th through the 15th. For tickets, visit kravis.org.
Why do we do it? Why do we spend every waking moment thinking about people? Why are we so committed to keeping you connected? Why combine performance with a conscience? Why innovate for a future without accidents? Why do any of it? Why do all of it? Because if it matters to you, it's everything to us. The XC60 crossover from Volvo. Lease the well-equipped Volvo XC60 today. Visit your local Volvo showroom for details.
Jetting off for business or that long-awaited vacation? Palm Beach International Airport is your full-service airport, serving the Palm Beaches and Treasure Coast. At PBI, our goal is to make your travel experience convenient and stress-free. Frontier Airlines is coming to PBI with low-cost nonstop flights to Denver, Trenton, and Washington, D.C. Dulles. Visit flyfrontier.com to book today. You shouldn't have to drive south to go north when you can fly PBI.
A man pioneers a way to see the unseen, leading to radar, forever providing early warnings and safer journeys. The conviction to create a safer journey is the Mazda way. The Mazda 6 uses radar, lasers, and sensors to detect objects and even apply the brakes for you. Introducing the modern sports sedan, the 2015 Mazda 6. What do you drive?
At HomeGoods, finding high-end accent furniture at unbelievable prices is just the beginning.
Some breaking news to pass along to you right now. Georgia has just postponed its first execution of a woman in 70 years. The state says they had problems with the injection drug, the lethal dose. Georgia Department of Corrections says the drug appeared cloudy. A female inmate was sentenced to death for the 1997 murder of her husband. They did not give a new date.
Fog, a big issue in the morning. Give yourself lots of extra time. It'll burn off about 9, 10 in the morning, and then we're looking at sunshine and warm weather through most of this week.
And we thank you for joining us and staying up late tonight. We'll have more news beginning, and weather, of course, beginning at 4:30 in the morning. The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. No, it's not Jay Leno anymore. That's such a habit after all those years. Jimmy Fallon, I love Jimmy Fallon. Isn't that funny how it just goes together?
It's programmed right there. It's all programmed. We're breaking news at WPTV.com. Have a good night, everybody.
It's much faster if you go the other way. This leather's fancy.
Yeah, it's the premium package.
Your grandfather loved it when I wore leather. He was a very dominant man.
Mom?
What? Can you pick up the pace? I'm 80.
Visit your South Florida BMW centers today for exceptional offers.
Yeah, I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. I tried so hard. I can't ride above it. I don't know what it is about that little gal's loving, but I like it. I love it. I want some more of it.
Enjoy classic hits like Joy to the World with Three Dog Night, Friday, March 6th. Get tickets now at the IslePompanoPark.com. Isle Casino Pompano Park, Powerline Road, south of Atlantic Boulevard.
Started my Camry. Picked up someone I hadn't seen in far too long. Went somewhere we'd both never been. Did something we'd both never done. And was reminded that the most important things in life aren't things, they're people.
The bold new Camry. One bold choice leads to another. Get a low 0% APR for 48 months on a new 2015 Toyota Camry. That's 0% APR. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, Ben.
Hey!
Another chantilly cake, huh?
I can totally explain.
Okay.
It's for a celebration.
Really?
Yeah, I cut you a piece and everything. Chantilly cream and fresh berries.
Oh, so this is for me now.
Yeah, we gotta celebrate that big event that happened this week.
Which was?
I don't know. Finishing the first cake?
Yay!
Handcrafted in store every day with light and fluffy chantilly cream and mixed berries. Publix Bakery Chantilly Cake is the perfect excuse to celebrate more. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Whoa. Who's responsible for this?
If something goes wrong, you find a scapegoat.
Rick.
It's what you do.
What'd you say?
Kelly. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Rick, don't walk away from me.
Insight is knowing you made the right decision from the start. Insight is knowing how to handle things that don't go as planned. And sometimes it's knowing when to step back and see things differently. When you have Insight, you can handle your finances with confidence. That's why at PNC, Insight is behind all the expert guidance we provide, tools we create, and services we offer.